Today we're going to talk about a garbage disposal that's making a humming noise. And this is my garbage disposal. And when I push it, you can hear that humming noise. So with that said, I try sticking my hand down here and I don't really feel anything. I know you're not supposed to do that. In horror movies, they always have a really bad accident whenever they stick their hands down the garbage disposal. So with that said, I am going to show you what I am going to do next. So the next move, if you don't feel anything down there, any obstruction, there's a reset button underneath the garbage disposal. And this is garbage disposal about Ace Hardware. It's only about a year old, even less than that. And I try resetting it. All you do is just press into the button here. I don't know if you're able to see it. But is that button right there? That's your reset button. And if that doesn't work, you're going to have to take out the garbage disposal and see what's keeping it from turning. And what I normally do is I put a little paint bucket or a stain bucket underneath the garbage disposal here. That way when I turn it, and it drops into this versus about 14-15 inches lower. And always make sure you unplug it before you do any further work on it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and unplug it here. After unplugging it, what I do is I put a bucket underneath there because you want to loosen up your pipes, and that's what I did there. That way you could untwist the garbage disposal out, and what you do is you use this tool. It usually comes with the garbage disposal, but if it doesn't, you can buy this at any hardware store. And all you gotta do is try to fill this with one hand, so it's not the most ideal. They just hook it into one of these holes here and just turn it counterclockwise, and the garbage disposal should drop straight down. What I did next was I took it outside and just put a garden hose to it just to flush everything out and clean it out as best as I could. And as you can see, there's a lot of it looks like eggshells that I try to cut up. And I just took a little screwdriver because my hand won't fit into those little holes very well. And I'm just gonna try to kind of just take everything out with a screwdriver, just kind of run it along the sides here and just try to clean up that area as best as I could and plug it back in and see if that will help. After about 30 minutes of scraping the sides, I was able to clean it out pretty good. And there's a little hole that the screwdriver sticks into that I could now rotate. Try to get my fingers out of the way so you could actually see it. Rotate, you see how that wheel rotates in there? So that's your garbage disposal working. And the reason why I was humming earlier was because there's so much junk on the side here that it was keeping this motor from rotating around. And usually you'll find either there's an obstruction like a screwdriver that's keeping this motor from rotating, or in my case there's just a bunch of eggshells and stuff that it was unable to flush down. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not a big fan of garbage disposal. Like I said, this thing is only a year old and I'm already cleaning it out. And they say you could put eggshells down there, but after cleaning this out, I realized that you probably don't want to do it because I found a bunch of eggshells stuck down there. And to get to that, all you gotta do is just pull out this rubber piece right here. And that's all I'm gonna do, just put it back in. This is the second garbage disposal issue that I had to deal with this week. To replace my friend's the other day. And yeah, if you could get away with it, I wouldn't buy one. I'm just using this until it breaks down, and when it does, I don't think I'm gonna replace it because I find out that it's more hassle than it's worth. I can't flush anything. It won't cut up anything, And I talked to a plumber and he said the same thing. He goes, you're better off just not having one. So I'm going to go ahead and reassemble everything and we're going to see if it works. After hooking everything back up, I just make sure there's a bucket underneath there to catch any water in case I don't have my couplings hooked up correctly. And I'm going to run the water here so that I don't burn out the motor. I don't see any leaks, so that's a good sign. And I'm going to turn on the garbage disposal here. And sounds like it's working because there's no humming sound. So that job took me about an hour and 15 minutes. With that said, I hope you learned something. My biggest takeaway from all of this is if you could get away with not using the garbage disposal, don't use it. It's a pain in the rear. Anyway, if you like what I have to say, comment below and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button, and God bless you all.